Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome to today's explainer. Today, we're taking a look at something incredibly practical. We are literally going to transform basic English grammar into a powerful sales toolkit for your local shop. So if you've ever struggled to find the perfect words to suggest an extra item to a customer without sounding, a bit too pushy, well, you are in exactly the right place. Here's our quick roadmap for today's session. First, we'll explore the neighborhood shop mindset. Then, we'll cover making polite suggestions, followed by adding and matching items. After that, we're going to clear up the classic confusion between anything versus something else. And finally, the best part, we'll put it all together with the sales booster formula. All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, the neighborhood shop mindset, diving into the philosophy of the local shop. Before we even touch the grammar, we've got to get our under 9 mindset absolutely right. You see, in the corporate world, they use this term cross-selling, which basically means offering complementary items to a customer to enhance their purchase. But in local commerce, we don't just want to make some cold robotic transaction, right? We want to provide excellent, truly personalized neighborhood service. The goal is for our customers to feel genuinely taken care of and guided by a friendly expert. So, to do that effectively in English, you need the right tools in your tool belt. Let's quickly run through some absolute essential vocabulary and their Spanish equivalents, just so we're all on the exact same page. We have to suggest or to recommend, which means sugerir or recomendar. Then there's extra, meaning adicional or extra. To match is combinar or hacer juego. A set or a pack perfectly translates to un conjunto or un pack. And finally, a deal or an offer is una oferta. Definitely keep these terms handy. They are the core building blocks for literally everything we're about to cover. Now, what's really interesting here is this guiding principle. Cross-selling should feel like a helpful recommendation, not a hard sell. Remember, a warm, friendly tone is absolutely your best asset here. Just framing your offer with a simple phrase like, just a suggestion, completely changes the whole dynamic from a high-pressure pitch to a neighborly piece of advice. Moving right along to Section 2, making polite suggestions and nailing that professional phrasing. Let's start building those linguistic tools to make sure you sound completely natural and wonderfully polite. When you want to suggest an extra item, you have 2 fantastic, completely identical structures you can pull out. How about and what about? They mean the exact same thing. Imagine a customer is buying a coffee, and you want to tempt them just a little bit. You can seamlessly say, how about a box of cookies to go with the coffee? Or, what about a box of cookies? Both are just excellent, super friendly ways to introduce a sweet option. But hold on, here is a trap that so many language learners fall into. Check out this comparison. On one side, we have, do you want? Honestly, this is often way too direct and can even sound a bit harsh or demanding to a native speaker. On the flip side, we have, would you like? This is the golden rule. It is absolutely the most professional, warm way to offer something extra. Don't just blurt out, do you want some cheese? Instead, say, would you like some cheese with that bread? It instantly elevates the entire quality of your customer service. Okay, on to Section 3, adding and matching items using also, to, and as well. Now we're looking at how to seamlessly slide those extra products right into the natural flow of conversation. And this brilliantly illustrates the strict grammatical positions of our 3 key adding words. Let's say you want to let the customer know about your fresh pastries. If you use also, it tucks right in before the verb. We also have fresh croissants. But if you decide to use to or as well, they actually have to jump all the way to the very end of the sentence. We have fresh croissants too, or we have fresh croissants as well. It's a tiny grammatical rule, sure, but mastering it, that makes your English sound incredibly fluent and natural. So what happens when 2 items are simply meant to be together? You need the matching verb to go with or goes well with. This is a crucial, non-negotiable phrase in local commerce for suggesting things that just complement each other perfectly. Let's ground this grammar in a real-world retail environment. Notice the slight difference between singular and plural forms here. If it's a singular item, you gotta add the S. This wine goes well with meat. For plural items, just drop the S. These socks go with those shoes. And when you're making a direct, tailored suggestion to the customer, you can really add a bit of flair. This sauce goes perfectly with the pasta you chose. Doesn't that just paint a vivid picture of a wonderful meal for your customer? Let's transition to Section 4, anything versus something else. We are finally clearing up this confusion. This solves a huge, super common point of friction right at the checkout counter.
The crucial point here is knowing exactly when to use which phrase. Let's look at anything else. You use this at the very end of a transaction to see if the customer is completely finished. For example, you weigh 2 kilos of apples, put them nicely in a bag, and politely ask, "Anything else?" Simple. Now, on the other hand, you use something else when you are actively trying to find a solution. If a customer tries on a jacket and just dislikes the color, you jump in with, "Let's find something else." See the difference? One is a wrap-up question, the other is an active search for an alternative.
And finally, Section 5, the Sales Booster Formula. This is where we put it all together. This is the moment we bring all these dry grammar points together into a highly satisfying, actionable toolkit that you can literally use on your shop floor today. Let's see how this builds into a fantastic mini narrative of a truly perfect transaction. Step 1, confirmation. You lock in what they already want. Okay, 1 kilo of ham. Step 2, suggestion. You use our brand new polite phrase, "How about some of this local cheese?" Step 3, reason. Tell them exactly why you're suggesting it using the matching verb. It goes very well with the ham. And step 4, action, the professional, polite offer. Would you like to try a small piece? Honestly, this 4-step sequence is practically magic. It's super polite, it makes total logical sense to the customer, and it subtly boosts your sales without ever feeling aggressive. Now, if you want to add a cherry on top, you can drop in this specific phrase, "People usually buy these together." This is a highly effective, super low-pressure phrase that really seals the deal. Why does it work so well? Because it relies on social proof. It subtly makes the customer feel like they are a real part of your local community, reassuring them that they're making a fantastic choice right alongside their neighbors. Which brings us to our final thought for this session. I want you to mentally scan your own inventory right now. What 2 items in your shop go well together? Seriously, pick your best product, find its absolute perfect match, and the very next time a customer comes in, use that sales booster formula to offer it to them. You have the English vocabulary and the professional structures to do it beautifully now. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Now get out there and start making those helpful recommendations.